Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Chris. Today what I'm going to make for you is a really simple and easy to make and an amazing sandwich. Everyone loves a good sandwich and it's even better when it's easy, and I use a couple hacks, couple things that I buy ahead of time that really make this even simpler. But what I'm making for you is a chicken pesto caprese panini. I know that's a mouthful, but everyone knows if the Italian caprese salad is. It's fresh sliced tomato, fresh mozzarella, a little bit of some sort of usually a balsamic vinegar, and then basil, and that's your salad right there. It's amazing. It's really fresh. It's good for the summer. So I'm going to make that into a chicken panini, and so a couple things. So if you just took all these ingredients and put them together, it's going to be a good sandwich. But I'm going to show you a couple very simple little add-ons and little techniques you can use that's going to make this sandwich amazing. Okay, so but there's really not too many ingredients. The first thing is chicken. Okay, and that's really simple. So this is just chicken breast from a rotisserie chicken that I bought at the store, and so it's already shredded up. And then the other thing is a really simple one. I think one of my favorite things to have in my fridge, and it's you could use it on. I mix it into hummus to make like a pesto hummus. I maybe make like a pasta dish with some vegetables or some tortellinis or something and some meat or chicken, and I mix it at the end. It gives you like a pesto pasta dish. There's all kinds of different things you could do with it. But jarred pesto, I know making your homemade it tastes even better, but there's a lot of really good jarred pestos out there. It's really convenient to have a jar of this in your fridge, and you could just use it for everything. So I'm using jarred pesto, and all we're gonna do is mix that in with the chicken, and then we have fresh mozzarella, tomatoes, and your bread. And that's pretty much, and salt and pepper, things like that, but those are your ingredients. So first what we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna mix the pesto in with the chicken. It's really easy, okay? Use a good amount because that chicken breast, it kind of soaks up a lot of liquid. So I'm gonna just put in a good amount of pesto in with this chicken. Okay, and one thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of water. This will help moisten it up so you won't have dry chicken on your panini. If you want to make this, if you don't want to have chicken, you want to make this vegetarian, go right ahead. Just don't put the chicken on. Just have the tomato and fresh mozzarella and put the pesto on the bread, and it'll still be a really good sandwich. But this one makes it a little bit more hearty if you add the chicken, and I just like it that way. So you're going to mix this all in together. So every piece of chicken in here has pesto on it. All right, so that's simple. That's all set to go. Okay, next we'll go to our fresh mozzarella and tomatoes. So if you don't know what fresh mozzarella is just it's a less processed version of mozzarella cheese. Usually comes in like a big ball. The one I buy, it's really convenient. It's already pre-sliced, so that if you can find pre-sliced, it makes this even easier. And then the other thing is just fresh tomatoes. So you just want to find, honestly, don't worry about what type of tomatoes you have. I just buy what's on sale. So these, I think the tomato on the vine happened to be on sale today, so that's why I bought these. But you just want a good round tomato because you're going to be laying these down on the bread. But to cut a tomato, it's really easy. If you have a really good chef's knife and it's really sharp, then you'll be able to get through the skin, then use that. If you don't and you have a bread knife, because it has this serrated edge, doesn't matter, this will always go through the skin of the tomato. If you don't have a sharp knife, you're just going to smush the tomato. So make sure you use either one of those. But it's real simple. You're just going to use a paring knife, and we're going to core out the top here. We're going to just go around. Okay, and then we're just going to slice about 1/4 of an inch, maybe slightly bigger than that, in slices. Watch your fingers. Okay, my little sheet here. And this is one of my tricks. This is one of the simple little details. If you pay attention to details, that's when things get even better. So the reason why I have these laid out here for you is because you're gonna put salt and pepper all these. You're gonna put salt and pepper on the cheese, and we're gonna put salt and pepper on the tomato. And that's really right there. That's one of the things that really, if you really concentrate on salt and pepper, every layer, every step, that's what takes your sandwich from good to great. or really any dish from good to great. So always make sure you're salt and peppering along the way. Really makes a huge difference. Especially literally, tomatoes and mozzarella are screaming for salt. Okay, so those are ready to go. So our chicken's ready, our fresh mozzarella, and our tomatoes are ready. Very simple. All right, last, and probably one of the most important is bread. If you don't have bread, it's not a panini. So you're looking for like just maybe the size roll or whatever. You can find panini bread, or I just like to get these nice kind of grinder rolls, but make sure they're soft because we're pressing these down. So you want them to be a nice soft roll. One thing, if I see these on sale, if I see them at the store, I'll take them, put them in the freezer, so then I always have them there. You defrost them and they're ready to go. So just so they don't go bad. So here's another really simple thing you could do that really elevates the sandwich up. So I cut them in half, have them on a baking sheet. I have my oven on broil. I'm gonna olive oil, salt and pepper the insides of these, and then we're going to broil these and just toast them. Okay, so we're gonna brush that olive oil on the inside. Okay, just this little step adds so much more flavor. Okay, olive oil, salt and pepper. Remember, you're always seasoning high. Okay, it's like it's raining down. Always seasoning high. All right, so we're gonna do that to all the bread, and then we're gonna toast that in the oven. Okay, and you just want it to be golden brown. You gotta stand by your oven because this will burn really quickly. So we're just looking for just lightly golden toasted, maybe a little darker if you want. It kind of, toasted gives some good flavor. But that's what we're doing with this step. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off these. Okay, so look at this. Now that we've toasted this is perfect. Just a little golden brown. Okay, just a little bit more flavor. Well, just that little detail makes the difference. So now that our bread's toasted, all our components are ready to go. It's time to build the sandwich. All right, so we're gonna take your top and the bottom of your roll. All right, the first thing we're gonna smear some pesto on both sides, the top and the bottom, on the inside. Okay, so you're really gonna taste. First bite into this, you get pesto, and that's the best part. Whoops, drip a little off the side. All right, make sure you're going all the way to the edges. Okay, next, chicken. So we're gonna take some chicken. Don't be shy. I'm gonna pile this on. You want every bite to get chicken in there, so make sure you cover every part of the bread. Is this the bottom or is it? Whoop. That's the top. I'm gonna go move this over. All right, good. One more chicken left. Whoop. All right, so chicken's on. Next, tomatoes. Okay, so just gonna lay the tomatoes flat. Okay, mozzarella. It's very simple. All right, and that is the sandwich. Next, now, my last little tip is butter. You can use olive oil if you want on the outside, but a little butter on the outside to go onto the pan, and I'm sure you're gonna know what I'm gonna say now. Salt and pepper. A little salt and pepper right on the top. All the details add up, okay? And really, if you start adding salt and pepper, if you don't change anything in your cooking, if you start adding salt and pepper to every step of the way, all of a sudden your cooking is just gonna be elevated. So I can't stress that enough. All right, so then this goes right on. So I have my hot panini maker back here. So if you don't, obviously not everyone has a panini maker, but a panini maker is when you have two sides that are hot and they kind of smush down and press your sandwich so it gets flatter, but it really crisps the edges. Okay, so if you have a panini maker, you can use that. If you might have a George Foreman grill. Same thing. That's all it is. So you could put it on your George Foreman. If you don't have any of those things, you could use a pan and just you get something that's a little heavier and just that's kind of like weighs it down and pushes and flattens it out. And then you're just going to have to flip it because you want to get both sides golden brown. So all you're looking for with this is just golden brown on the top and the bottom. You start. You don't want to cook it for too long, but you want that fresh mozzarella to start melting a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to get now that the paninis are all done. I got my 4 paninis here. Look, they got the ridges on there. They're golden brown. They're ready to go. One thing I would highly recommend: just let them rest a little bit. You don't want to eat them right out of there. They might kind of fall out, or they're really hot. But this is amazing. I can't wait to eat this. You could eat these as lunch. It could be dinner. One thing I've done with this, I've cut them up into small triangles, let them go to room temperature, and I brought them to like a dinner one night, and they were appetizers. And if you do that, it'll be the talk of your party. So highly recommend that. But so we're just going to cut in to just kind of see what it looks like here. Okay. Our final thing. Wow. Look at that. That's amazing. I'm going in for a bite. Oop, we got a tomato that fell out here. I'm going in. Oh yeah. You get the pesto right off the bat. The creamy cheese, tomato, that crunchy bread. You guys are going to love this. You've got to give it a try. All right, so try it out. I'll see you next time.